All right, this week, first home buyers. They have been in the news reaping some benefits lately. Hey, mate.
Yeah, money. Like free cash and saving cash on the way through the door as well. So there's a couple of things that are going on there, but it sounds as though lots of the governments, kind of as we predicted at the start of the year, or maybe I only made that prediction. We'll see when the review comes around. But it's one of those things where the governments have looked at this and they've said, we really need to make sure people can still get in there and enter the market. Because what they were worried about is people are getting trapped out of the market. It's too hard to get in the market. It's too hard to save a deposit. It's all of the costs associated with getting into the market are extremely difficult.
Yeah. And there's been two big players in that. So first up was South Australia, which Dan will quickly have a chat about, but also Queensland.
Yeah, absolutely. So South Australia, first movers down there when it came to stamp duty, where they basically turned around and said, you know what? We're going to dramatically increase the price that you can buy a property and not have to pay stamp duty. So it's the abolishment of stamp duty, which is one of the big costs that are associated with purchasing a property, because most people, when it's your first time you're buying, you're going to be out there and you're going to be like, I've got to have my deposit. So 5% genuine savings, every single bank's going to want you to be able to demonstrate you can save. You're going to have your legal fees. You're going to potentially have lender's mortgage insurance, depending on what you're playing your cards as there. And then stamp duty. It's the government getting their slice of the pie on the way through. You pay stamp duty on everything. You buy a car, rubber stamp duty. You buy a house, rubber stamp again, stamp duty.
Piece.
Yeah, everyone wants their piece of the pie as they go through the journey here. So South Australia was the first one to say, hey, for first home buyers, we're not going to take our piece of the pie. They'll still get you on the card. Don't worry about that. They're still going to get you everywhere else. But just for houses, for a limited period of time, they're abolishing the stamp duty for those correct purchases basically down there, which is exciting. What about Queensland, mate?
Yes, well, Queensland still does in a way, but it has increased its limits. Okay, so traditionally up to 500,000, you didn't have to pay stamp duty. Then you had a concessional rate up to 550. That has been fucking kicked into touch. Thank God for that. And now it's from 500 up to 700,000. No stamp duty if you're a first home buyer going up building your own home. And the other one is a concessional rate up to 800. So and I don't want to start talking about a bit of a man crush, and I'm starting to get on this Premier at the moment. I'll make 50 cents, jump on the train.
I'll tell you what, he's out here, he's splashing the cash, mate. He's throwing the coin around.
I'm loving it. Good. But he's actually going and changing some things that is going to assist. So let's be honest, Dan, like if you were running around trying to buy a house under 500 grand, my numbers would say it's probably a pretty shit house, right?
Yeah, and it still needed to be in a large portion of those times. If you wanted to get the first homeowners grant, by the way, $30,000 in Queensland at the moment, not too bad. They've doubled that.
Tax-free.
Pretty good cash to be had. But that meant you had to buy a brand new property. I'll tell you what, you were doing a really long journey away from any form of sort of key infrastructure there to be able to hit a $500,000 brand new property.
Absolutely, man. And if you double all that with your ADF housing entitlements, it sounds like a pretty good melting pot to me. So if you are in that position and you are going, fuck, I need to take advantage of this stuff, it doesn't happen all the time, then get in contact with us because we'd love to step you through it and make sure you don't miss anything, get caught by the pitfalls or anything like that. So that's it for this week. See you next week.